the 7-man crew of a Lancaster bomber who died when their aircraft crash-landed nearby 77 years ago today, on the 25th of April 1944. 4 of the crew were British and 3 Canadian. The aircraft from 626 Squadron, RAF Wickenby in Lincolnshire, was returning from a bombing raid on Karlsruhe in Germany when it was attacked by a German intruder just before dawn. The aircraft was badly damaged and on fire, and the pilot, fighting for control, attempted an emergency landing at US AAF Boxted. This morning was foggy, and the Americans, at great risk to themselves, lit the flare path to guide the aircraft in. By this time, much of the fuselage was on fire. This was witnessed by a local resident, David Seaborn of Great Hawksley. Although the aircraft was less than a minute from the relative safety of the runway, it crashed in fields at 04:10 hours, close to where this memorial now stands. There were no survivors. We're here to remember and honour the crew and to remember fondly our friend David Seaborn. We'll now have the last toast, and this will be followed by 2 minutes silence. And then later on there'll be the laying of a wreath, the laying of a cross for each crew member, and the reading of a poem. Peter Barfield will close the ceremony.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. When I read out the names of the crew, would you please come forward and place your cross on the memorial. Pilot Officer Murray Langtree McPherson, Royal Air Force Volunteer Reserve, age 22, pilot. Flight Sergeant James Douglas Mayer, Royal Air Force Volunteer Reserve, age 21, flight engineer. Pilot Officer Francis Winbone Gunn, Royal Canadian Air Force Reserve, age 29, navigator. Flight Sergeant John Lander Shell, Royal Air Force Volunteer Reserve, age 23, air bomber. Sergeant Dennis Randall, Royal Air Force Volunteer Reserve, age 22, wireless operator. Robert Edgar Hall Cameron, Royal Air Force Reserve, age 20, mid-upper gunner. Sergeant Ernest John Fancy, Royal Air Force Volunteer Reserve, age 22, 10. Thank you. May I now ask Alan to read his poem, The Dark Lady. Thank you.
Poem to the Lancaster. A beautiful maid was she, her lovely form a joy to see. She came as swiftly as the night, as graceful as a bird in flight, into the green years of our life. Not sweetheart true nor loving wife, but dark, mysterious, proud, unknown, to cherish, love, but never own. Respectfully we learn to pay our tributes to her day by day, and as our lives with hers entwined, our joys, our fears, our inner mind became a mutual living thing to take upon our journey. She opened wide her arms to share with us the perils of the air. Her steadfast spirit, loyal, true, was with us always as we flew. She never faltered, even though she might be wounded, weak and slow. We raise our glasses, drink a toast, remembering a very host of things that time cannot transcend. A gallant mistress, servant, friend. We loved her to the very end. My Lady Lancaster.
When you go home, top them across and say, for your tomorrows, these gave there today. We will remember them. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the service for today.